So I love the movie. I'm sure you have heard that all day long and I'm getting sick of it, but I
No,
love it.
You can't get sick of that. How did you get so tall?
I'm sitting up. I've got a very
Sitting
long
up,
back.
I know I feel very short all of a sudden. But I'm always short. I think one of the things, your storyline just totally broke my heart. I mean, it was one of the aspects of the film. The very first, your storyline, I left and I went, I just wanted a happy ending for these two so desperately. So for you, when you were reading the script initially, what sort of jumped off the page for you about this individual soul journey and kind of the collective soul journey of the piece?
I felt that the various different characters that I played, they all seemed to have in common that they were stuck in institutions that they were uncomfortable with and were very keen to break out of. And perhaps finally the last one does. And in terms of the collective, it's, it strikes me more and more as I think about it that they're all searching for freedom and authenticity in some way, and some of the souls are doing better at it than others,
Yeah, very much so. I also have to just say, I feel like your performance should be shown in acting schools as an example of the art of listening. I don't think I've ever been so compelled, because you're this observer, right? And then sort of the bookend pieces. And I've never been so compelled watching someone listen.
Well, thanks. Yeah. Thanks very much.
Was that sort of a challenge for you, or?
No, I
No?
I actually think acting is listening.
Right.
If you're really listening, then you have a chance to play and be real, and because although you may repeat a scene endless numbers of times, the person that you're working with isn't going to do exactly this. We're not robots, so something different will happen, and if you're really lucky and you're really awake and conscious enough to grab it, then something exciting and spontaneous is going to happen. So thanks, I appreciate the compliment.
Yeah.
But he has a very beautiful quality in the film, definitely.
Well, as to you, I mean, and I think that your story is like, there's definitely, the whole film has got this idea that an artist can leave a legacy, right?
Yeah.
And your character in particular, I mean, you're creating this work of art that's going to reverberate throughout the whole film.
Yeah.
But do you have a sense of that, I guess, yourself as an actor, that what you do could have an effect in the world that you're not even aware of, a profound effect?
It's always really nice, isn't it, when you get... Well, sometimes it happens that you meet someone in the street or you get a letter from somebody that isn't so much about wanting an autograph or a photograph or fame or anything, but just like something you did spoke to somebody in a deep way. And that's the most gratifying thing for me, actually, I think. I mean, I don't know. It's not necessarily a big thing, but just touching someone in their
I think it's
emotionally.
huge. I think it's everything, actually.
Yeah.
I remember seeing a film called Mr. Mum when I was a kid, and it had a very strong effect on me. Although it's just a comedy, Michael Keaton comedy, but it had a massive effect on me. It allowed me to feel feelings that were quite dangerous, actually, because my father had died when I was young, and this was about a man who was a stay-at-home dad and all this stuff. And I've always wanted to be part of the art form that might help other people to freely feel emotions that they find quite dangerous outside of that dark room, So I think when you have those moments where people feel affected by something you've been involved in, for me it's the entire reason for being part of this art form.
As I've said, I love the film, and I have found it sort of a challenge to convey to other people what they're going to experience when they go to see Cloud Atlas. I'm like, it's just right, because it's like wildly fun, but it's also this idea of the chaos theory in this universal cosmic level. The individual's choices affect their life, affect everybody's life, affect their soul, affect humanity. Help me tell AMC moviegoers what they're going to see when they go to see Cloud Atlas.
You just gotta relax and enjoy the ride, I think. Let it wash over you. You don't need to try and understand it all intellectually. That's what your brain wants to do for the first 20 minutes, and then at some point you just kind of give up and go with it, and that's when it starts to grab you on a
Yeah.
visceral level.
And it's sort of, on one hand, it's 6 different films in 6 completely different genres. There's a sci-fi, there's a very broad comedy, there's a historical love, gothic something or other, there's a historical sweeping drama, there's thriller, isn't there? And each one is completely sort of true to the genre, and at the same time they amount to one thing that somehow is coherent as itself. I don't know how Tom and Lana and Andy have done it, but they have, as far as I'm concerned. It's that doesn't help you either. But it's sort of this hybrid thing of many elements.